Join our new, simpler, free room where we break down the foundations of our trading for those who are looking to gain financial freedom in the markets. Check out Simpler Stream Week from June 21st to the 23rd for live market analysis. And guess what? It's all free right here on YouTube.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. It's Monday, 13th of June. And first thing, big week this week. Got the Fed announcement on Wednesday, and then the end of quarter Triple Witch expiration at the end of the week on Friday. Additionally, on Wednesday, remember that the VIX will expire and come off along with that Fed announcement also on Wednesday. So this is a daily chart of the S&P, SPX, ES. It's SPX, but it's all the same. Looking here back from about May 27th sideways through 6-8. Significance there is about 100 wide block of trade, 4070 by 4170. Just remember, doesn't matter for right this minute, but just remember, the edges of that, especially the 4070, as important. The balance in the middle, point of control for that block of trade, 4117, it'll be important again sometime. When this broke down on this CPI, this really higher than expected, we'll just say CPI. Levels down here to label on your chart, remember, find, to be important, significant, in my opinion, okay? The CPI news print on the morning of the CPI was about 17, 18. I mean, it's like 40, 17, 18. That's also an HVN balance price, much like the 4117s, 4017s right there. Also very important. And for two reasons. One's balance, but then two, it's the newsprint. Now, immediately on the release of the number, it broke from there to 3960. Hit 3960 and stalled. Got the bounce from 60 back up into the 80s, and then the 60s, which was the low of the break on the CPI, 3960, also then ended up becoming Friday morning's RTH cash sessions high, which then kind of held and continued to trade lower down in 3900. So that means the 4017s and the 3960s. So we got the 3960s, very important. In fact, that was to be over under on that Friday, which actually ended up holding. But that was for purposes in the trade room. Up here, what I need to point out is the importance of the CPI newsprint. You want to label that and remember it. The bottom of the break, the initial break on the number 3960, which then leads us down into this block of trade where we are currently. We've got a new what's the weekly open is 30. I need to get the weekly open. So, breaking into this current area where we are, which is actually back below the May lows, that 382 retrace 3800 level, we're actually into that a little bit. Now, from here, right here, into the end of the week, there's 150 points higher or lower, plus or minus, priced into the SPX options chain. So, the lower portion of that would push it into the 3600 target. I mean, 150 higher or lower from here that's priced into the SPX options into expiration. Lower obviously pushes it into 3600, that number we've been talking about for a while. But then higher, 37.5 and 100.5 pushes it back into 39. All right, so here's the plan for this. All right, 30. Get my numbers just right. High today, 38.20. Okay. High today is RTH 3820. That is my over-under for tomorrow. Lean long above, short below. Targeting, if you want me to just try to get you through tomorrow, essentially, in order to get into Wednesday when I have to do videos again anyway, then I would have you target just for tomorrow. Your targets would be 36.90 and 36.45 for tomorrow. But you know, for the week, the bearish target would be 3,600 because that's plus or minus 100.5 from here. All right, so that's the over/under 38.20, and you've got the bearish markers both for tomorrow and in case it's lower by the time I'm back to you on Wednesday, because there is big volatility on Wednesday, right, with the Fed. Okay, so above 38.20 over under, you lean bullish for. Initially, it tags the gap up here at 3,900. You know, I guess at that point you've got about a 75-80 point lead. You take something off, at least bring your stops in to where you don't let a winning trade at that point turn into a losing trade. But in my opinion, that's not really the target. That would just be the first marker. The target that's just the gap, right? So the target is actually the 39.60 and the 40.20. 39.60 and 40.20. 39.60, very doable. 40.20, back up, kind of a T2. The 40.20 is going to come at some point. It's a newsprint, and at some point this thing will. The market likes to kind of retrace and resync with where prices were prior to getting that new information that caused this reprice, and that number is right there at. If you want to get it like really spot on, it's 40.17. But I loosely refer to it as 40.20, but whatever, it's all the same. 40.17. So here's the deal: 38.25 down here, today's high. Well, 38.20 today's high. Above that, we start leaning long. Target 3,900 the gap. Take some off, or just raise your stop. Either way, but at that point, you've got a nice lead. Targets for real up here are 39.60 and that backup 40.17, and that's on the top side. So you got the downside both for tomorrow and into Wednesday, as well as back into the top side. All right, so that's all I got for you tonight. It is Monday on the very beginning of what's going to prove to be quite a week. From here, honestly, anything goes, as it always does, clearly. But we've had information hit the wire since we were together last, and that in the form of CPI, and we're about to get more of that this Wednesday, and then of course the expiration Friday. So it ought to be quite the week. Let's try to get through it together. I'll see you again next couple of days. Be good.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me